Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas. Season 5 episode 13, Feeling the Heat. If you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen. But anyway, let's get into it. So it starts off with Maurice and that prosecutor John trying to get him to flip the script on Sabrina. So he basically trying to coerce Maurice into saying that Sabrina gave him up. So that's how she got out of jail. But at the same time, Maurice is like, he know his girl. He know how she gets down. And she knows she not about that life. Because they ain't do nothing wrong. So John was trying to tell him, like, listen, she gave you up. That's why she's out. So now in the back of Maurice's mind, he's thinking like, But eventually he tells John to leave him alone. And, it is what it is. I mean, I guess I'll just sit here and do my time. And then John was also telling him, like, listen, I know you haven't made a phone call yet. So there's that. So Maurice is just sitting there left wondering, like, dang, did Sabrina really give me up or whatnot? Because it's like, how is she out, but I'm still in here? Like make it make sense. So the prosecutor leaves. And yeah. So then we get to Andy and Fatima. So Fatima's in Andy's office and they're sitting down talking. And Andy said something. No, wait. Fatima said something about Karen and the baby. And you could see Andy's face just like tense up or whatever. And then Fatima was like, what's that about? She's like, oh, nothing. And Fatima was like, you know something. But anyways, Andy kind of deflects the situation. And basically, Fatima tells Andy, like, they're getting engaged because she saw the ring line on her finger. So she was like, she already knew that's her engagement. And just telling Andy about the whole situation with the baby mamas and the child support and stuff like that. So Andy was like, yeah, I get that. I see where you're coming from. And then Fatima was like, I'm about to leave. And Andy was like, yeah, I'm about to leave too, right behind you. She was like, yeah, after we go meet up with the girls. Fatima didn't have to do her like this, but it's true. She was like, oh, you mean that with the girls? She was like, listen, well, since Karen's pregnant, y'all doing a celebration or some drama. But since she's pregnant, we know there ain't no celebrating. And then Andy was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, So Fatima goes home. When she pulls up to the house, Zach is outside waiting for his boo. Like, I love Fatima and Zach. Regardless of what they're going to, I just love seeing them. It's just bright as my day. And just bright as my mood just to watch them too. Because it's like, no matter what they're going through, they managed to, put each other first. So, Zach waits till she pulls into the garage. Well, not the garage, but the driveway. And he goes over to her car door to open it. And he's looking back, and he notices that the neighbors are watching him. And he gets Fatima's hand and takes out the car and then closes the door. And then he was telling her as they were walking to the door to get inside that he got a surprise for her. And he told her to close her eyes, right? She closes her eyes, and then he walks off. He was like, come on, let's go in the house. And Fatima was like, wait, my eyes are closed. And Zach was like, you should know how to get in the house by now. So basically he walks back to her, grabs her hand, and basically guides her to the door. But as they're walking, she ends up stumbling, I guess, on some grass. He was like, listen, it's just grass. It's just grass. So they gets into the house and he puts her stuff down and has her stand like midway in the middle of the floor. And he was like, listen, I got a surprise for you. You can open it. When she opened her eyes and looks down, she noticed that he got a candlelit dinner for the two of them. And he was like, the wine. I got this wine from the gas station. And you can see Fatima's face like, what? What? The gas station. Like, she thinking in her mind, you couldn't have got this wine from anywhere else. You chose the gas station. Like, I understand you got money, but come on now. You could have did a little bit better than that. You could have just went to the grocery store and got that. But the gas station? Really? Really, Zach? Really, Zach? Really, Zach? You went to the gas station and got her that daggone gas station wine. Don't nobody drink wine from the gas station. Like, you ain't homeless. You got it. You spend a little bit of extra. $10 could have went to a regular grocery store. But the gas station, nah. You've been better off getting some sparkling wine or something. Sparkling water or something. That ain't it. But anyways, so Fatima was talking to Zach and Zach basically did that so he can he wants to marry her really bad. Because they still never told us how long they actually been together. Like, make it make sense. But anyways, and Fatima's kind of still on the fence. She was like, no, this doesn't make up for all the stuff that you've been going through and stuff that I really want to marry you too. But right now, we need to focus on Karen and Heather, your baby mamas, and get the situation under control. So basically, he kind of deflected and wanted to just eat his food. But Fatima was like, no, we need to get this done now. And she was like, she's something. He was like, what that means? She was like, I'm dick deprived. Go ahead, sis. Claim your man and get your stuff. So basically, he wants to eat dinner and then have her for dessert. But Fatima ain't with it right now. She gotta do what she gotta do, but get this stuff handled with the baby mamas. So eventually, she convinced him to call baby mama, call Karen, so that they could sit down talk and see where things go from the baby. So they're on the couch and Zach calls Karen. So at this point, Karen is at the salon with Sabrina, and she just finished doing her Fox locks again, and Pam is there. So the phone's ringing, and Pam, of course, you know her. She always got to ask some questions. She was like, so what happened to you, Sabrina? Sabrina never answered her question. She's like, listen, I'll pay you for this. And Karen was like, nah, don't worry about it. I love you, girl. And, you're my friend. So eventually, Sabrina leaves. Pam is still standing there next to Karen as the phone is ringing from Zach. And Pam basically wants to know why he called her. She was like, listen, Pam, go in the back. Just do what you got to do. Go in the back. So Karen answers the phone. Zach tells her, with the help of Fatima telling him what to do, that they need to talk. And when's the next time she's going to be free? She said, listen, I could see you on the way to Andy's. So that was that. Basically, Fatima and Zach and Karen is going to have a sit-down talk. And that was that. Next thing you know, I believe Karen calls Andy and tells Andy, did you tell her about the baby? And Andy was like, no, I didn't. Y'all be thinking Fatima is slow. She is not slow. Zach tells her everything that goes on between them and the so-called sister circle. So Fatima put 2 and 2 together. She ain't had to tell us nothing. So basically, I guess Karen felt some type of way as if, Andy betrayed their sister circle and telling her business. But Andy didn't say nothing. She was like, no, I'm good. I didn't tell her. So Karen gets off the phone. And basically, Andy says she's on her way. And Karen was like, you don't got to. But okay, whatever. So after them two hang up, Andy calls Fatima. And Fatima was like, so what's going on with you and Karen? She was like, listen, we're going to have a sit-down talk. And Andy was like, I know how y'all two are. I'm about to come. And this is what it is. I'm about to come. So next thing you know, Andy's on her way to Fatima and Zach's house with Karen. that's about to be a whole nother situation in itself. Next, moving along, we have Danny at the job with Q. Q's still trying to hit on Danny. Danny's still not paying it no mind. So after them going back and forth, Q insisted on walking Danny to her car. And he asked, can he hit her pin? And she was like, no. She was like, well, Q was like, can you buy me a drink? She was like, I don't buy drinks. One thing about Danny, she is not paying for no drinks. Not even for herself. So, you gotta be real special for that. But then again, how Danny rocks, she don't get that like that. So basically, Q told her that, oh, I'll buy us drink. There's a bar close by here, and stuff like that. And then Danny was like, are you even off? He was like, yeah, I've been waiting for you. So she kind of like was taken aback by that, but whatever. Long story short, basically Q walks Danny to her car. I guess they decide to go have drinks after all. So next thing, moving right along. Oh, Calvin gets a call from Maurice. Maurice basically tells Calvin what the prosecutor wanted. And basically Calvin reassures Maurice that, Sabrina didn't set him up. And that they're trying to do everything in their power to get him out. Basically, Maurice's mind is going all over the place. So he basically just said for them to hurry up and see what they got going on because he's ready to get out of there. That was that. After that, what else happened? What else? Oh, Hayden and Tamara, they're talking, having a good time. Basically, Tamara got Hayden to, come back to her place. She basically gave him all the good answers he wanted to hear, basically. And he was down with it. So next, he's supposed to be on the way to her house. But with that being said, we know it's not to her house. So after that, we have... Oh, Calvin goes to go check on Sabrina. And Sabrina starts talking to him. And while they're talking and having a conversation, knocks on the door is Bayou. Like, Bayou told her that he been coming to the house to check on her. And he hasn't heard from her. So to my understanding, it's like she's been locked up for probably about a week or so, or a couple of days, because you came to the house 3 times and you've been calling nonstop. Like, yeah, so she's been locked up for about a week, but for us, it felt like forever. So they're talking, and Bayou started talking to her. And next thing you know, you hear Calvin go, like, you don't see me sitting here. He was like, I do now. Like, why he shake Calvin like that? He can't stand him. Ever since that incident they had at his restaurant, it's been up for that. And you know what's really bothered me? Like, why is Calvin's arms like that? You see how one arm is mad big and bulging, and the other one is straight regular? Like, why they pan on his body like that? Like, make it make sense. But then again, it also makes sense because that's how his shirt is. One side is in and the other side is untucked. But it's like, that's just so weird. Whatever. So after that, Sabrina tells Bayou, thank you for checking up on me, and decides that she's going to call him later. And then Calvin decides that he's about to go ahead and go home. And you could call Bayou back now. She was like, nah, that's good. I'm about to go change my clothes because I got hair on me. And you can stay and we can talk. So Calvin was like, that's nice. I'm going to do that. So after that, let me see. What else happened? Oh, basically, we're anticipating... Oh, no. Yeah, we're anticipating the Andy and Karen meetup. But before that, Danny and Q, they go to the bar to have some drinks. And he's still trying to hit on her. And she eventually gets up to leave because she's about to go meet up with the girls. And as she walks away, Q is just looking at her like, I hope Danny finds out that Q is behind this mastermind plan with Sabrina, and he also wanted to go meet her friends. I wish she would have considered like, oh yeah, you could come meet with my friends, and then I think everything would have hit the fan. Then it would have been on site. Q would have really been losing his life. Like, come on now, like, y'all need to put it in the scripts that happens. But then again, you know what? It's not. Anyways, so Danny heads home. Preston's there, and he leaves the door unlocked. So, come to find out, Preston knows that Danny hit somebody with her car because of the landlord. And the landlord also told Preston that, that she hit somebody with her car, and that the person also hit her. So basically, Preston, he about to be on 1,000 right now. He's upset that somebody put his hands on his girl. And the fact that Danny said she must have heard, like, that was just confirmation that somebody put their hands on Danny. And Danny's not trying to talk about it right about now. But I understand, everybody has that time where they got something that traumatic happened to them that they're not ready to speak on it just yet. But Danny was trying to tell him, like, listen, we could talk about it, but just not now, because I'm about to go head out with the girls and stuff like that. And basically Preston told her, like, listen, we're going to talk about this when you get back. We're going to talk about this. I don't like the fact that somebody put their hands on you, and the fact that you confirm what your landlord said they heard is like, yeah, we got to talk about that. So after that, Karen and Andy pulls up to Zach and Fatima's house, and they start talking. And basically, Andy looks so scared, but she's kind of there to, like, she know how both Karen and Fatima are. So she's just trying to be, like, the middle person. Like, listen, I don't want nothing to pop off between you and her, because y'all both crazy. And y'all both got the concealed weapon. Like, come on now, make it make sense. But Karen was still, like, on the fence about it, like, thinking that Andy told Fatima about the baby and stuff like that. But I don't think, Andy didn't tell, because Andy don't even think that Karen's being truthful about Zach being a dad anyway, because y'all remember in the office when they found that out, both her and Danny was, like, speculating, like, But whatever. They eventually ring the doorbell to go in, and Zach and Fatima greets both of them. And that was this. This episode wasn't really too, like, revealing of stuff, but, it was good. But before Andy and Cameron goes in the house, Fatima gets a call, and it's Tamara telling her how she basically getting Hayden all wrapped up, and she'll have him eating out of the palm of her hands within a week. And Fatima was like, okay, that's cool, whatever, just keep me posted. So yeah, this is basically the whole episode. Feeling the heat. We about to see. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. And y'all stay tuned for next week. Until then, bye.